A thought in my head that is burning my mind, a thought that continues, it goes undefined, a thought that is something or nothing at all. This thought I'm creating is simply a ball. Then it comes and it goes and it bothers me so. It's dark, yet it glows and continues to grow, then vanishes almost to nothing at all, and appears to be something most gentle and small. Then out of the darkness it glimmers and shines. It spins like a spiral climbing its vine, endlessly driving me out of my mind, oh my mind, my mind. What is this blasted thing in my head? I am sure it has lasted enough years to be dead. At least that is what my psychiatrist said. But what does he know what dwells in my head? It's a spirit, I'm certain, having traveled through space, and he's parked here, I'm certain, and he hides in my face. And I pull down my curtain and feel his embrace, and close now my eyelids and ask for God's grace. Then darkness surrounds me, a blanket of black. This demon astounds me, he sneaks up from back, and then suddenly flashing, he attacks from the rear. As something is crashing, he speaks in my ear. Rock, it's nostalgic! How long can this last? Be back in a sec, I heard him say fast. I count the first second, the next moment's past. He comes in the second moment at last. And I gaze in his eyeball, his brow and his lid. I've waited till nightfall to see what he did, and listened most careful to all that he said, yet still I am fearful of losing my head. Come forth, fine demon, escape from my mind, for before long I'll leave you behind. I'll pay you no mention and pay you no mind, for your convention is that of the blind. You're just a creation, a parasite of my mind, and you dwell in my thought, and you're something much less than a penthouse for paupers creating a mess. A jovial chap you truly might be, yet never a clap shall you hear from me, for applause is for beauty and claps of disease that renders you helpless to crawl on your knees. Begone now, fine serpent, and flee from my sight. Begin to repent now, I pray that you might, before I avenge thee with all of my might, and crush you completely to oblivion's flight. I see now a fog on thy spectacle once clear, as you croak like a frog when a fly is not near. You're the least of a hog, having ne'er shed a tear, and the most of a pig as you cry in your fear. You run like a dog from the master you fear. Farewell, feathered demon, fly well as a seaman, or land in by ocean, yet never to land. For I've sent you a cruising to a distant land, of nowhere, of no one, of none that I've known, for it was within me you first called home. And now you have left me, I'm here all alone. Solitude is joy that you've never known, 'cause you're awkward and clumsy, you can't stand alone. You're less than an idiot who's lost his own home, like the patriot parrot who flew from his cage, in a moment unrational, in a spirit of rage. Now you gawk for your cracker, and you cry for your feed, and you scream and you pester, yet no one takes heed, for you left your first master, 'twas your feeder indeed. So you bleed like a bleeder, you always will bleed. You're not but a beggar, you do no good deed. I venture to say there is no one you need. Now demon or parrot or whatever you are, I know you're a spirit, I know you've flown far. You're your own pilot, and that's all that you are. So vanish completely now, never appear. For I am now certain it's but I who can hear your squawking and gawking and crying with fear. For certain you know your destruction is near. For I am the destroyer, the master you fear. For I am your creator, your end is here. Your enemy is fear. You're dying, you're dying, you're dying, my dear. Patriot pauper of a parrot, stand clear. You're nay but a spirit, you've never been here. Sitting silently, solo and lonely, singing softly, slowly and gently, knowing only the songbird is lonely. Truth is all and nothing is less. Love is more, nonetheless. It's truly a ball, as I recall, to not get an answer and still get a yes. Considering less could be quite a mess unless the answer is yes. And yes, of course, could be much worse, and worthless, of course, when said to mean less than yes. such as a bush that's beat around, much as is crushed into the ground by the concrete feet so often found upon the streets where they are bound to the jungle gods of Jungle Town, asphalt land and asphalt ground, where mountainous pillars created by man topple and crumble at his command, and crash and rumble as they land upon the hand of Jungle Man. I've seen this man, I've heard him scream, I've seen his hand in a gory dream of gaudy goblins and soddy streams of murky water, or so it seems. Yet who remembers all that's seen upon the screen of a dream, or in a dream serene, entrapped between the lapse of time and a time machine, and in the space of nothing more and nothing less than can be seen in this lapse of time in a time machine? People ask often if I'm joking, and where I've been and what I'm smoking, or is that your number on that token, or view a card with your number written? 049. Oh, that's fine. Sorry to bother, but the law is written. Enter in, brother, the boss is waiting, in there sitting, anticipating, contemplating where you've been while he's been waiting. 049. I hope you're fine, for I know I am, for I now have been waiting since 10. It's 9:45 again. Where have you been since then, and have you been drinking, or is that gin? Well, I've been nowhere since before then, so now we know it's 10, but then again, 10 when? Did it begin at 10, or was that a quarter before it should end? Or do you understand or misunderstand? It's but one big and one little hand. Knock off the nonsense, you blithering fool. Have you your sixpence? For you know the rule. For no pence and no sense is the mark of a fool. Purchase from me this bright little rule. I haven't a sixpence, but I know your rule. I've taken it for no sense, so now you're the fool. Hark! The bell's ringing. The butler is bringing some dinner for both of us fools. Please be partaking. That which he's making was found in the hobgoblin's pool. It's murky and irky. It tastes like beef jerky. I'm sure it was cooked in the pool. Ah, thank you so kindly, but no thank you kindly. I'd rather not eat if it's cool, for I must depart now and begin to start now. The end is breaking my heart. It's such a pity to live in this city that's falling apart every day, while mountains are growing, harvesting, sowing, crop after crop every day, and buildings are rumbling, crumbling, tumbling, falling apart every day, while Jungle Man standing, obeying the commanding asphalt god in his heart.